Now the report was there's one of these blades that has a little piece missing or loose, and I'm looking and here it is right here. This is just a little string that kind of wraps around the edges, and you don't want to cut stuff like this off. If you've got blades such as this, kind of bamboo blades or webbing reed type blades, you cut that off and then it's going to be missing here, and it's just going to keep wanting to unravel when you turn the ceiling fan on. Okay, so I'm going to take that down and I'm going to fix it. Now, how am I going to fix that? You got any ideas? I'm going to use some crazy glue. That's right. Might take me a few minutes to do it, but I'll get her done, and so can you. That's what you want to watch. Stick around.
Step into my laboratory.
Okay, look at this. Here's one that's loose. Here's another one. I'm going to have to fish in there and loop-de-loop it around. Here's another one here that's loose, and it's bent over this way, and it's supposed to be going up that way. See? It's going to have to go right like that. And before I put a little bit of glue on there, I want to line that up and see where it's supposed to go. About like that. Okay. So I'm just going to take some crazy glue, and I got crazy glue gel. Okay. Let's put a little bit on there. Key is to try not to put too much, or else you're going to have to hang on to it for quite a while. Okay, now I can line that up, and I know it's about right there. I'm just going to put my screwdriver on it to kind of hold it. And then I'm going to count. And I just count real slow as I'm keeping pressure on here. Because see, that's gel. It's going to take just a little bit to dry. Okay, so I can hold it right there, and I just count 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can count up to 50. If you want, you can count up to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And just keep counting, because see, if I let off, sometimes when you let off too soon, this is not going to be stuck. This one happens to be stuck because I put on just the right amount of glue, and this is crazy glue. This is actually Loctite Super Glue Ultra Gel Control. See there? And I like to use it in a big container like this, and I squeeze on the sides, and generally the tip doesn't get all messed up. The small little tubes, use it once and pretty much it dries up. You try to squeeze it again, the tip's all messed up, or comes out at you on the side. So I can get actually more out of this than 3 or 4 small little containers. Okay, so that looks like I've got that one fixed there. And then I can look around and put some right at that tip, but I'm going to let that dry still. Okay. And then I'm going to, I guess, try to see what I can do here about fishing this through. There. So I don't have to necessarily glue every single little inch of this. See, that little bit, as long as I can keep it tight, that's the key. If I can keep it tight, and I can wrap it around like that. Yeah, liking that. Okay, put a little bit more on there. And I'm lining that up pretty good. And I can start counting again. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. And I'm just gonna hang on to that. You want to get your tip of your screwdriver on there. I've got some crazy glue on the tip of that. And if you do it just wrong, you're gonna get this stuck, and then you have to kind of twist it off and hope that it doesn't loosen up the rest. But see, if you got a ridge on there, you may have to press on it. And then as you're checking it, I can look and make sure it's lined up and it looks pretty close right there. And so I'm just gonna hold that until it dries. I still have ways to go. I got this one to do, at least 2 glues, another glue there, another one over here. So five or 6 times I got to do this, but I'll get it. And then if there's any bits, I see this one here, some of the black is off it, I can just take a felt tip pen and daub at it and just put some little black on here. I've noticed on this blade over here, this is all white. It's like something rubbed on that. I put a little bit of flat felt tip marker on there. Okay. See? That's stuck. Here's the other one I glued. That's stuck. Now, I'm just going to keep working at it. Look at this one. Might have to fold it over. See where it goes. Right, like that. And put some just at that tip. Right there. I got fingernails a little bit, but if you don't, you don't want to hold this crazy glue with your finger and let it just sit there, because you don't want to get it on your skin, because it can bond two layers of your skin together, your fingers together. Just be careful when you're using this stuff. You get a little bit on there. After it dries, you can pick it off. You know, it'll come. Okay, so now I'm just going to set here with this one. Once I get done with this, I'll show you what it looks like. Now I've got everything glued as much as I'm going to with my crazy glue. It's a super glue ultra gel control, and I'm using Loctite. You don't have to use Loctite. There's other super glues that you can use. Okay, after this is, now this is dry enough, you know, that everything is going to stay in place. Now you can take your felt tip pins. See right here where it's black, and I noticed some of this is missing. See, I didn't have enough. This is missing, this is missing. That's because somebody cut it off and then it frayed some more. You keep cutting it off, pretty soon all this is going to come off. That's not going to be a good thing. Now you can black in the stuff. But before you do it, I might caution you. Last time I did this, I took my felt tip pin. This is a Sharpie, and the tip's not very sharp on this. See how it's pushed in? Some you can get sharper than this. This might be a medium, you can get fine. Well, in any case, I started filling it in, and then the next time I went to use my Sharpie, it was all hard as a rock, because there's still the gel in little spots that is still wet. And so I don't want to use this yet, okay? And I also don't want to use my big Sharpie pin either, okay? Don't use those until this is all dry. So if you have any more blades to do, just set this one off to the side, get your next blade and start working on it. Speaking of blades, this blade is not in really very good condition. There's a hole right here. I'm going to be able to fill up this mark on here with the black felt tip pin, but then I see right here isn't looking very nice either. And see, on this side there's also a big hole right in here. I think you can see that right there. And so I'm not really liking this blade. Now, what could I do about this? Here's here's some options you might have. Okay, now this blade went into the ceiling fan. Let's see, where was it? Oh, it was in this back room. I thought it was up there. It's in this back room. Okay, and that's where it's gonna stay. I kept thinking that blade over there that I was doing was for this ceiling fan, and if it was, and if the blades are the same, which these are the same in length, I could have taken the blade and took that blade off and put it over here. Took a good blade from here and then took that one and put over here. You know, you can do stuff like that, and that would have been a way to make this so that it wasn't, you know, right out in the open in your main room. But that's in that spare bedroom anyways. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry some more because I've got some more ceiling fan blades to take down. I gotta get up in here. You see, there's one up there. I can see that from here. See that? I know that one's loose. The strings, look at all that string right there down at the bottom, and it's loose from up on top. And I think that was the only one. And if you're not sure, see, it could be loose from the top. See, well, see this one here? I could have missed that if I wasn't looking sharply. Yeah, or you can get up there and just feel on here with your hands, you know, if you can't get up there all the way, let's say. Okay, so I got two blades here in this bathroom to do. I got this blade to do, and I got that blade to do. So I'm gonna get up in there, and luckily for me, I got a short screwdriver, so I don't have to take this off. And I gotta get up there high enough, reach down in there, and think really small, and try to be tiny, and see if I can't get those screws out of there. Because I'm gonna try to take this out, okay? The brackets are attached back in here. See, another way I could do it, I guess, is this is the bottom of this blade bracket, and then there's a bracket on the top, okay, that has 3 screws in it. I'm not sure if you can see that. I think you can. Okay, I could take that whole thing off, and then I could take this off, and this would still stay here. Okay, then I wouldn't have to reach down in there. I wouldn't have to take this glass off and all that. Okay, think about your project and get her done. Hey, all I can say is keep watching my videos. I am going to put up more and more videos. If some of these do not pertain to you, not all these videos are going to pertain to you, mind you. You know, maybe only a handful, but every time you watch a video, you might get something that you learn from what I'm saying. Even if it's worth 10 seconds and you have to watch a video for 5 minutes and you get a 10-second tidbit, you have just learned something, you have just gained knowledge, and knowledge is key, and knowledge is powerful. That's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.